This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Is it safe to assume, good this goes or how bad, people are going to start where's Tua? Why isn't Tua starting? What's the story? Something's wrong with him, correct?
Yes. Well,
it is inevitable.
Well, it's already started, and I'll tell you
right,
why.
Exactly.
Because Tua is on the injury list. And so the quarterback was listed on the Dolphin injury list as fully participating in practice despite a hip injury. And so apparently it's the same hip injury from when he suffered at Alabama. And though he's not expected to play against the Patriots on Sunday, it's telling that supposedly healthy Tagliavoa or Tungalovoa is still dealing with the effects of the 2019 injury. The fact that he fully participated in practice means it's no big deal. The fact that he's on the report likely means that he received some sort of treatment for the injury. So limited in practice for the Dolphins on Wednesday were tight ends Mike Gesicki with the glute, cornerback Xavier Howard with the knee, Byron Jones with the Achilles, Devontae Parker with the hamstring, Kyle Van Noy with the hand, and Preston Williams with the knee. Okay? Now, Preston Williams is coming off knee surgery. Okay? Xavier Howard's coming off knee surgery. And Tua is coming off hip surgery. And so, first of all, see, here's the problem with the media sometimes and fans. They're not realistic. They don't stay in reality. The kid blew out his hip in late November. We're in early September.
10 months.
Come on, man. This isn't an ACL where they've gotten it down to 8-9 months or something, and you can come back a little faster. A hip is different. Blood flow, all the other things that go with it, that it's complicated. It's not that simple. And you're talking about a kid. This is why he doesn't commit to anything, because he doesn't want to give anything away. And it's not about Rosen, because some of you are so hung up. Well, wait a minute. If he's why not keep Rosen? They didn't like Rosen, bro. Let's just let it go already. Clearly. I mean, if they felt Jake Ruddick, we can stash him on the practice squad and hide him, and nobody wants him, there's not much of a difference between him and Rosen. So they clearly felt that when Rosen was in a game, he wasn't going to be a difference maker, which is what you got to be as a quarterback. So for any media member that wants to either write, talk about it on the air, talk about it on television, and freak out about Tua, you're a moron. The kid is off a hip injury and surgery. He probably needs at least a year to heal up. And so, yes, I would figure he would have some soreness, because it's only have you ever recovered from an injury? And then you've got to then play on it or walk on it or work on it, and then you get sore, right? Because it's still kind of healing up.
Let alone major surgery.
I mean, give me a break, dude. And then on the flip side, if you're the Dolphins and you want to be responsible and you know he had hip surgery late November and you're still in early September, you want to take precautionary measures. In April, in May, in June, in July, in August, in September, in October, in November, and going into next year. You don't want to overwork him. You don't want to put him at risk. You want to build up the strength in that hip, the stamina, all of that. Do you think he has that right now? After an offseason that was kind of limited, an offseason where he had no practice whatsoever, and he's had a limited month here to get ready for a real season. Come on, man. Of course he's going to be listed on the injury report. It's the smart thing to do. It's the precautionary thing to do. It's what you do when you want to protect the franchise player. So if we ever want to get to the point that he becomes a franchise player, that he ends up on the Dolphin honor roll, that he ends up in Canton, that he ends up lifting a a trophy, a Super Bowl trophy. But let's take care of the kid. And if anybody is shocked that he's still maybe not 100% yet in early September, I don't know what's wrong with you. So 9 months he's supposed to recover from everything? Come on, man. 9 months he's ready to line up and take hits.
Like we've said in the past, the hip and your shoulder, there's so many tendons, muscles, bone, cartilage, and the way it moves and everything. Man, I don't think you could get more involved than your shoulder and your hip.
Well,
and your hip, think about it. This is load bearing. This is weight bearing. That is major.
Right. Let's see. Super Boom Check says, hopefully Callaway will take advantage of his last chance. Let's hope so. NorCal says, Super Chat will go nuts on your birthday. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. It goes nuts every day, man. So it was nuts yesterday.
Just say the key word.
I got to go.
Meeting.
Callaway can be good, but his off-the-field stuff is the risk. Exactly. Let's just hope he's grown up, man. Because if he's grown up, they got themselves a monster. NorCal says, Flo told me Tua's ready, but cutting Rosen. There you go. Donald Peterson says, Big O, Coach Flores is a right guy for us. So far, I like what I see from him. Isis says, what's up, Big O? I think no fans in the stands will be awesome. You'll be able to hear communication calls and signals and trash talking between the players. I talked about that months ago. The only thing is that now, like tonight, they're going to have some fans, at Pro Player, Hard Rock Stadium, and you're not really going to be able to hear because the 20% will be loud enough that they won't allow you to do that. You know what I mean?
Call it by its proper name, Joe Robbie.
Or Joe Robbie. There you go. ISIS is hoping to hear from the refs taking a crap also. Ah, okay. I'm with you there. Let's see. Anything up with Byron Jones Saw report? That's what Mickey says. And then Super Boom Shack says, talked about it earlier. Yep, Mickey, you got to rewind a little bit and you'll be able to check it out. Or Bill will podcast it soon. And you can then listen to the podcast.
The first part of the first hour is already up.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. And by the way, the downloads are, man, they are on a record pace, which is crazy stuff.
Between that and the super chats, man, it's off the wall.
Thank you. Thank you. The game is just too fast for Rosen. Wish him the best. I'm so glad on how Flores has been handling everything. And they don't waste time, bro. If they don't like you, they move on. Tua won't play till November. That's what Nico says. Well, two things, Nico, with that. If he doesn't play till November, then that means they were doing good until November, right? And or they've been struggling, and then they've got to get him in there, you know? So we'll see. Because remember, if they're doing well, I doubt he plays. If they're winning games and they're in playoff position, they're not going to play Tua. That's the thing. So it's kind of a catch-22. Antonio Zagala says, because of Tua's recovery, I wonder if the Dolphins bring in another QB to be the backup. Antonio, they already have it. Okay, they're not. They already told you what they meant by cutting Rosen. They told you they don't want a third quarterback on the active roster. And the only way they want a third quarterback is putting him on the practice squad. If they get a third quarterback, he has to be good. And those kind of guys aren't available anymore. They're already signed to teams, the good backups. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of told you already by cutting Rosen that they cherish more all those other spots over a third quarterback that they don't have a lot of respect for. So by cutting Rosen and not adding a QB, that tells you that they didn't like Rosen, and anything that was available in free agency, they're like, no, I'd rather have the extra receiver, the extra lineman, the extra corner, the extra whatever. Okay? So there won't be a third quarterback. It'll be Jake Ruddick, and that'll be the guy that'll be active every game. He'll be one of those two spots. So if something happens to Fitz, they're going to go to Jake, not Tua. That's what's going to happen. So it tells you that they feel Jake Ruddick is as good or better than the options that are left over, including Rosen. It's crazy, isn't it? Let's see. George says, sadly, like a regular Dolphin game at 20%, are they allowing anything in parking lots? No, of course not, bro. There's no tailgating. They don't. No. It's in and out, which is how it should be. They don't want people hanging around each other. They don't want drinking. They don't want any of that. Mickey says there's no rush for Tua to play. Learn from a vet in Fitz, who is a leader, smart, and willing to do what he can to help in his development. Agree with you, sir. George Vidal says he will not play until the Jets are on the schedule. Defenses in the first 8-9 weeks, way to go, and have dangerous pass rushers. But more importantly, George, it's not so much the dangerous pass rushers. If the offensive line is playing well, then you can play against those dangerous pass rushers. If they're not playing well, then you should not play Tua at all. And really, that's the most important part that we've talked about many times on this show. Until I would never play Tua if the line is not ready to go this year. No way. If the line is struggling the whole year and Fitz is running for his life, I'm sorry, I'm leaving Fitz running for his life. I'm not putting Tua out there to get killed. No, dude, I don't need that. I'm going to try to protect the kid, get him healthy, fix the people around him, so then when I put him in there, he can actually be successful. Because I can't expect a kid fresh out of college to carry the damn team. That's unfair, bro. Those Marino-type players, those things are once in a lifetime. You know? So, what can I tell you? You know?
Can you hear that song in the background? I have not heard that in forever, man. And that is such a jam. Move it in, move it out.
Oh, yeah, Disco Lady.
Disco Lady.
Yes. Trying to remember who sings it. See if I can remember. Disco Lady. God, I don't think I'm going to, because it's kind of it's a band. I think that was like maybe their only hit.
Before I pull it, I think you're right. They may have had another second, like the side kind of thing that you would hear at a party, something like that. House DJ.
Damn, I'm trying to remember who the hell sings Disco Lady. Big O, what are you most excited to see about this team this year? Mickey, are you talking Dolphins? Are you talking Canes? You got to tell me what you're talking about. Little Johnny Taylor. There you go. Yeah, that was his only hit. That was definitely his only hit. I knew it was like a person, like, it wasn't like the Isley Brothers or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you would know, something like that. No.
It's only hit, but it's a good one. No, it's a great one.
Great song. Love that song. Man of 1,005 Holes just came in with Johnny Taylor. Antonio says, I agree with you, Big O. Tua should not play at all this year. Go with Ruddick to back up Fitz, and that's it. Keep building the O-line. You got to do that, man. You got to do that. There's no doubt about it. But, again, just for the Tua thing, it's just I don't understand how anybody would be surprised or freaked out that he's on the injured list. To me, it makes no sense whatsoever. But what the hell do I know?
The offensive line is the key. If the offensive line could gel as a unit and go, man, we can make the playoffs. Like, truly, I believe that.
Yeah.
Offensive line. And you'll be able to put Tua back there, if we get blowouts and stuff like we talked about, because we are going to be fighting for a playoff spot, so it's going to be Fitz starting. But you want to get a chance to see Tua. But you don't want to do it if the offensive line.
Right.
It's too much of a risk, man. That guy, can you imagine if he got into a game, something happened, God forbid, how far back that would set us, man? That's why any rush to get him out there on the field, there's absolutely no reason for it, man.
Yeah.